Block 11. Gutman. The fiesta has started. The first event is the coronation of the King of Cuckolds. Blinding shafts of light are suddenly cast upon Casanova on the forestage. He shields his face, startled, as the crowd closes about him. The blinding shafts of light seem to strike him like savage blows, and he falls to his knees as the hunchback scuttles out of the gypsy stole with a crown of gilded antlers on a velvet pillow. He places it on Jacques' head. The celebrants form a circle about him, chanting. Jacques, what is this? A crown? Gutman, a crown of horns. Crowd, cornudo, 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 cornudo. Gutman, hail, all hail, the king of cuckolds on the Camino Real. Jacques springs up, first striking out at them with his cane. Then all at once he abandons self-defense, throws off his cape, casts away his cane, and fills the plaza with a roar of defiance and self-derision. Jacques, si, sono cornudo. Cornudo, Casanova is the king of cuckolds on the Camino Real. Show me crowned to the world. Announce the honor. Tell the world of the honor bestowed on Casanova, Chevalier de Signault, Knight of the Golden Spur by the grace of His Holiness the Pope, famous adventurer, con man extraordinary, gambler, pitchman par excellence, shill, pimp, spiv, and great lover. The crowd howls with applause and laughter, but his voice rises above them with sobbing intensity. Yes, I said great lover. The greatest lover wears the longest horns on the Camino. Great lover. Gutman. Attention. Silence. The moon is rising. The restoration is about to occur. A white radiance is appearing over the ancient wall of the town. The mountains become luminous. There is music. Everyone with breathless attention faces the light. Kilroy crosses to Jacques and beckons him out behind the crowd. There he snatches off the antlers and returns him his fedora. Jacques reciprocates by removing Kilroy's fright wig and electric nose. They embrace as brothers. In a Chaplin-esque dumb play, Kilroy points to the wildly flickering 3 brass balls of the loan shark and to his golden gloves. Then, with a terrible grimace, he removes the gloves from about his neck, smiles at Jacques, and indicates that the two of them together will take flight over the wall. Jacques shakes his head sadly, pointing to his heart and then to the Siete Mares. Kilroy nods with regretful understanding of a human and a manly folly. A guard has been silently approaching them in a soft shoe dance. Jacques whistles La Golondrina. Kilroy assumes a very nonchalant pose. The guard picks up curiously the discarded fright wig and electric nose. Then, glancing suspiciously at the pair, he advances. Kilroy makes a run for it. He does a baseball slide into the loan shark's welcoming doorway. The door slams. The cop is about to crash it when a gong sounds and Gutman shouts. Gutman. Silence. Attention. The gypsy. Gypsy, appearing on the roof with a gong. The moon has restored the virginity of my daughter Esmeralda. The gong sounds. Street people. Ah! Gypsy. The moon in its plenitude has made her a virgin. The gong sounds. Street people. Ah! Gypsy. Praise her. Celebrate her. Give her suitable homage. The gong sounds. Street people. Ah! Gypsy. Summon her to the roof. She shouts, Esmeralda. Dancers shout the name in rhythm. Rise with the moon, my daughter. Choose the hero. Esmeralda appears on the roof in dazzling light. She seems to be dressed in jewels. She raises her jeweled arms with a harsh flamenco cry. Esmeralda. Olé! Dancers. Olé! The details of the carnival are a problem for director and choreographer, but it has already been indicated in the script that the fiesta is a sort of serio-comic, grotesque lyric, rites of fertility, with roots in various pagan cultures. It should not be over-elaborated or allowed to occupy much time. It should not be more than 3 minutes from the appearance of Esmeralda on the gypsy's roof till the return of Kilroy from the loan sharks. Kilroy emerges from the pawn shop in grotesque disguise. A turban, dark glasses, a burnous, and an umbrella or sunshade. Kilroy to Jacques. So long, pal. I wish you could come with me. Jacques clasps his cross in Kilroy's hands. Esmeralda. Yankee. Kilroy to the audience. So long, everybody. Good luck to you all in the Camino. I hawked my golden gloves to finance this expedition. I'm going. Hasta luego. I'm going. I'm gone. Esmeralda. Yankee. He has no sooner entered the plaza than the riotous women strip off everything but the dungarees and the skivvy which he first appeared in. Kilroy to the women. Let me go. Let go of me. Watch out for my equipment. Esmeralda. Yankee. Yankee. He breaks away from them and plunges up the stairs of the ancient wall. He is halfway up them when Gutman shouts out. Gutman. Follow spot on that gringo. Light the stairs. The light catches Kilroy. At the same instant, Esmeralda cries out to him. Esmeralda. Yankee. Yankee. Gypsy. What's going on down there? She rushes into the plaza. Kilroy. Oh no, I'm on my way out. Esmeralda. Espere un momento. The gypsy calls the police, but is ignored in the crowd. Kilroy. Don't tempt me, baby. I hawked my golden gloves to finance this expedition. Esmeralda. Querido. Kilroy. Querido means sweetheart, a word which is hard to resist, but I must resist it. Esmeralda. Champ. Kilroy. I used to be champ, but why remind me of it? Esmeralda. Be contend in the contest. Compete in the competition. Gypsy shouting. Nah, not eligible. Esmeralda. Please. Gypsy. Slap her, Nursey, she's flippin'. Esmeralda slaps Nursey instead. Esmeralda. Hero. Champ. Kilroy. I'm not in condition. Esmeralda. You're still a champ. The undefeated champ of the Golden Gloves. Kilroy. Nobody's called me that in a long, long time. Esmeralda. Champ. Kilroy. My resistance is crumbling. Esmeralda. Champ. Kilroy. It's crumbled. Esmeralda. Hero. Kilroy. Geronimo. He takes a flying leap from the stairs into the center of the plaza. He turns toward Esmeralda and cries, Doll. Kilroy, surrounded by cheering street people, goes into a triumphant, eccentric dance, which reviews his history as fighter, traveler, and lover. At finish of the dance, the music is cut off as Kilroy lunges, arm uplifted towards Esmeralda, and cries, Kilroy. Kilroy the champ. Esmeralda. Kilroy the champ. She snatches a bunch of red roses from the stunned Nursey and tosses them to Kilroy. Crowd, sharply. Olé! The gypsy at the same instant hurls her gong down, creating a resounding noise. Kilroy turns and comes down toward the audience, saying to them, Kilroy. You see? Cheering street people surge towards him and lift him in the air. The lights fade as the curtain descends. Crowd, and a sustained yell. Olé! The curtain falls. There's a short intermission. Block 12. The stage is in darkness except for a spotlight which picks out Esmeralda on the gypsy's roof. Esmeralda. Mama, what happened? Mama, the lights went out. Mama, where are you? It's so dark, I'm scared. Mama. The lights are turned on, displaying a deserted plaza. The gypsy is seated at a small table before her stall. Gypsy. Come on downstairs, doll. The mischief is done. You've chosen your hero. Gutman, from the balcony of the Siete Mares. Block 12 on the Camino Real. Nursey at the fountain. Gypsy, the fountain is still dry. Gypsy. What do you expect? There's nobody left to uphold the old traditions. You raise a girl. She watches television, plays bebop, reads screen secrets. Comes the big fiesta. The moonrise makes her a virgin, which is the neatest trick of the week. And what does she do? Chooses a fugitive patsy for the chosen hero. Well, show him in. Admit the joker and get the virgin ready. Nursey. You're going through with it? Gypsy. Look, Nursey, I'm operating a legitimate joint. This joker will get the same treatment he'd get if he breezed down the Camino in a blizzard of G notes. Trot girl, lubricate your means of locomotion. Nursey goes into the gypsy's stall. The gypsy rubs her hands together and blows on the crystal ball, spits on it, and gives it the old 1-2 with a chamois rag. She mutters, Crystal ball, tell me all. Crystal ball, tell me all. As Kilroy bounds into the plaza from her stall, a rose between his teeth. Gypsy. Siéntese, por favor. Kilroy. No comprendo the lingo. Gypsy. Put it down. Nursey offstage. Hey, Gypsy. Gypsy. Address me as Madam. Nursey entering. Madam. Winchell has scooped you. Gypsy. In a pig's eye. Nursey. The fugitivo has... Gypsy. In Elizabeth, New Jersey, 10:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, while you were putting them kiss me quicks in your hairdo. Furthermore, my second exclusive is that the solar system is drifting towards the constellation of Hercules. Skidoo. Nursey exits, stamping is heard off stage. Quiet back there, goddammit! Nursey offstage. She's out of control. Gypsy, give her a double bromide. To Kilroy. Well, how does it feel to be the chosen hero? Kilroy. I better explain something to you. Gypsy. Save your breath. You'll need it. Kilroy. I want to level with you. Can I level with you? Gypsy. Rapidly stamping some papers. How could you help but level with the gypsy? Kilroy. I don't know what the hero is chosen for. Esmeralda and Nursey shriek off stage. Gypsy. Time will brief you. Oh, I hate paperwork. Nursey comes out and stands by the table. This filing system is screwed up 6 ways from next Sunday. File this crap under crap. To Kilroy. The smoking lamp is lit. Have a stick on me. She offers him a cigarette. Kilroy. No thanks. Gypsy. Come on. Indulge yourself. You got nothing to lose that won't be lost. Kilroy. If that's a professional opinion, I don't respect it. Gypsy. Resume your seat and give me your full name. Kilroy. Kilroy. Gypsy. Writing all this down. Date of birth and place of that disaster? Kilroy. Both unknown. Gypsy. Address? Kilroy. Traveler. Gypsy. Parents? Kilroy. Anonymous. Gypsy. Who brought you up? Kilroy. I was brought up and down by an eccentric old aunt in Dallas. Gypsy. Raise both hands simultaneously and swear that you have not come here for the purpose of committing an immoral act. Esmeralda from offstage. Hey, Chico. Gypsy. Quiet. Childhood diseases? Kilroy. Whooping cough, measles, and mumps. Gypsy. Likes and dislikes. Kilroy. I like situations I can get out of. I don't like cops and Gypsy. Immaterial. Here, signature on this. She hands him a blank. Kilroy. What is it? Gypsy. You always sign something, don't you? Kilroy. Not till I know what it is. Gypsy. It's just a little formality to give a tone to the establishment and make an impression on our out-of-town trade. Roll up your sleeve. Kilroy. What for? Gypsy. A shot of some kind. Kilroy. What kind? Gypsy. Any kind. Don't they always give you some kind of a shot? Kilroy. They? Gypsy. Brass hats, Americanos. She injects a hypo. Kilroy. I'm no guinea pig. Gypsy. Don't kid yourself. We're all of us guinea pigs in the laboratory of God. Humanity is just a work in progress. Kilroy. I don't make it out. Gypsy. Who does? The Camino Real was a funny paper read backwards. There is a weird piping outside. Kilroy shifts on his seat. The Gypsy grins. Tired? The altitude makes you sleepy? Kilroy. It makes me nervous. Gypsy. I'll show you how to take a slug of tequila. It dilates the capillaries. First, you sprinkle salt on the back of your hand, then lick it off with your tongue. Now then, you toss the shot down. She demonstrates. And then you bite into the lemon. That way it goes down easy, but what a bang. You're next. Kilroy. No, thanks, I'm on the wagon. Gypsy. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, when your goose is cooked, you might as well have it cooked with plenty of gravy. She laughs. Get up, baby. Let's have a look at you. You're not a bad-looking boy. Sometimes working for the Yankee dollar isn't a painful profession. Have you ever been attracted by older women? Kilroy. Frankly, no, ma'am. Gypsy. Well, there's a first time for everything. Kilroy. That is a subject I cannot agree with you on. Gypsy. You think I'm an old bag? Kilroy laughs awkwardly. The Gypsy slaps his face. Will you take the cards or the crystal? Kilroy. It's immaterial. Gypsy. All right, we'll begin with the cards. She shuffles and deals. Ask me a question. Kilroy. Has my luck run out? Gypsy. Baby, your luck ran out the day you were born. Another question. Kilroy. Ought I to leave this town? Gypsy. It don't look to me like you've got much choice in the matter. Take a card. Kilroy takes one. Gypsy. Ace? Kilroy. Yes, ma'am. Gypsy. What color? Gypsy. Kilroy. Black. Gypsy. Oh, that does it. How big is your heart? Kilroy. As big as the head of a baby. Gypsy. It's gonna break. Kilroy. That's what I was afraid of. Gypsy. The street cleaners were waiting for you outside the door. Kilroy. Which door, the front one? I'll slip out the back. Gypsy. Leave us face it, frankly, your number is up. You must have known a long time that the name Kilroy was on the street cleaners' list. Kilroy. Sure, but not on top of it. Gypsy. It's a shock. Wait a minute. Here's good news. The Queen of Hearts has turned up in proper position. Kilroy. What's that mean? Gypsy. Love, baby. Kilroy. Love? Gypsy. The booby prize. Esmeralda. She rises and hits a gong. A divan is carried out. The gypsy's daughter is seated in a reclining position like an odalisque on this low divan. A spangled veil covers her face. From this veil to the girdle below her navel that supports her diaphanous bifurcated skirt, she is nude except for a pair of glittering emerald snakes coiled over her breasts. Kilroy's head moves in a dizzy circle, and a canary warbles inside it. Kilroy. What's her specialty? Tea leaves? The gypsy wags a finger. Gypsy. You know what curiosity did to the tomcat? Nursey, give me my glamour wig and my 45. I'm hitting the street. I gotta go down to Walgreens for a change. Kilroy. What change? Gypsy. The change from that 10 spot you're about to give me. Nursey. Don't argue with her. She has a will of iron. Kilroy. I'm not arguing. He reluctantly produces the money. But let's be fair about this. I hocked my golden gloves for this sawbuck. Nursey. All of them Yankee bastards want something for nothing. Kilroy. I want a receipt for this bill. Nursey. No one is gypped at the gypsies. Kilroy. That's wonderful. How do I know it? Gypsy. It's in the cards. It's in the crystal ball. It's in the tea leaves. Absolutely no one is gypped at the gypsies. She snatches the bill. The wind howls. Such changeable weather. I'll slip on my summer furs. Nursey, break out my summer furs. Nursey, luring grotesquely. Mink or sable. Gypsy. Ha-ha. That's a doll. Here, clock him. Nursey tosses her greasy blanket, and the gypsy tosses Nursey an alarm clock. The gypsy rushes through the beaded string curtains. Adios! Ha-ha. She's hardly off stage when the 2 shots ring out. Kilroy starts. Esmeralda, plaintively. Mother has such an awful time on the street. Kilroy. You mean that she is insulted on the street? Esmeralda. By strangers. Kilroy to the audience. I shouldn't think acquaintances would do it. She curls up on the low divan. Kilroy licks his lips. You seem very different from this afternoon. Esmeralda. This afternoon? Kilroy. Yes. In the plaza when I was being roughed up by them gorillas and you was being dragged in the house by your mama. Esmeralda stares at him blankly. You don't remember? Esmeralda. I never remember what happened before the moonrise makes me a virgin. Kilroy. That comes as a shock to you, huh? Esmeralda. Yes, it comes as a shock. Kilroy, smiling. You have a little temporary amnesia, they call it. Esmeralda. Yankee. Kilroy, huh? Esmeralda. I'm glad I chose you. I'm glad that you were chosen. Her voice trails off. I'm very glad. Nursey. Doll. Esmeralda. What is it, Nursey? Nursey. How are things progressing? Esmeralda. Slowly, Nursey. Nursey comes lumbering in. Nursey. I want some light reading matter. Esmeralda. He's sitting on Screen Secrets. Kilroy, jumping up. Here. He hands her the fan magazine. She lumbers back out coyly. I feel self-conscious. He suddenly jerks out a silver-framed photo. Do you like pictures? Esmeralda. Moving pictures? Kilroy. No. A motionless snapshot. Esmeralda. Of you? Kilroy. Of my real, true woman. She was a platinum blonde, the same as Jean Harlow. Do you remember Jean Harlow? No, you wouldn't remember Jean Harlow. It shows you're getting old when you remember Jean Harlow. He puts the snapshot away. They say that Jean Harlow's ashes are kept in a little private cathedral in Forest Lawn. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you could sprinkle them ashes over the ground like seeds, and out of each one would spring another Jean Harlow? And when spring comes, you could just walk out and pick them off the bush. You don't talk much. Esmeralda. You want me to talk? Kilroy. Well, that's the way we do things in the States. A little vino, some records on the Victrola, some quiet conversation. And then, if both parties are in the mood for romance. Esmeralda. Music! Music! She rises and pours some wine from a slender crystal decanter as music is heard. They say that the monetary system has got to be stabilized all over the world. Kilroy, taking the glass. Repeat that, please? My radar was not wide open. Esmeralda. I said that they said that... Skip it. But we couldn't care less as long as we keep on getting the Yankee dollar, plus federal tax. Kilroy. That's for surely. Esmeralda. How do you feel about the class struggle? Do you take sides in that? Kilroy. Not that I... Esmeralda. Neither do we because of the dialectics. Kilroy. Who? Which? Esmeralda. Languages with accents, I suppose. But Mama don't care as long as they don't bring the Pope over here and put him in the White House. Kilroy. Who would do that? Esmeralda. Oh, the Bolshevishkis, those nasty old things with whiskers. Whiskers scratch, but little mustaches tickle. She giggles. Kilroy. I always got a smooth shave. Esmeralda. And how do you feel about the mumbo-jumbo? Do you think they've got the old man in the bag yet? Kilroy. The old man? Esmeralda. God, we don't think so. We think there has been so much of the mumbo-jumbo it's put him to sleep. Kilroy jumps up impatiently. Kilroy. This is not what I mean by a quiet conversation. I mean, this is nowhere. Nowhere. Esmeralda. What sort of talk do you want? Kilroy. Something more intimate, sort of. You know, like Esmeralda. Where did you get those eyes? Kilroy. Personal. Yeah. Esmeralda. Well, where did you get those eyes? Kilroy. Out of a dead codfish. Nursey, shouting off stage. Doll! Kilroy springs up, pounding his left palm with his right fist. Esmeralda. What? Nursey. 15 minutes. Kilroy. I'm no hot rod mechanic. To the audience. I bet she's out there holding a stopwatch to see that I don't overstay my time in this place. Esmeralda, calling through the string curtains. Nursey, go to bed, Nursey. Kilroy, in a fierce whisper. That's right. Go to bed, Nursey. There's a loud crash off stage. Esmeralda. Nursey has gone to bed. She drops the string curtains and returns to the alcove. Kilroy, with vast relief. Ah. Esmeralda. What have you got your eyes on? Kilroy. Those green snakes on you. What do you wear them for? Esmeralda. Supposedly for protection, but really for fun. He crosses to the divan. What are you going to do? Kilroy. I'm about to establish a beachhead on that sofa. He sits down. How about lifting your veil? Esmeralda. I can't lift it. Kilroy. Why not? Esmeralda. I promised Mother I wouldn't. Kilroy. I thought your mother was the broad-minded type. Esmeralda. Oh, she is, but you know how mothers are. You can lift it for me if you say pretty please. Kilroy. Aw. Esmeralda, go on, say it. Say pretty please. Kilroy. No. Esmeralda, why not? Kilroy. It's silly. Esmeralda. Then you can't lift my veil. Kilroy. All right, pretty please. Esmeralda. Say it again. Kilroy. Pretty please. Esmeralda. Now say it once more like you mean it. He jumps up. She grabs his hand. Don't go away. Kilroy. You're making a fool out of me. Esmeralda. I was just teasing a little. Because you're so cute. Sit down again, please. Pretty please. He falls on the couch. Kilroy. What is that wonderful perfume you've got on? Esmeralda. Guess. Kilroy. Chanel number 5? Esmeralda. No. Kilroy. Taboo? Esmeralda. No. Kilroy. I give up. Esmeralda. It's Noche en Acapulco. I'm just dying to go to Acapulco. I wish that you would take me to Acapulco. He sits up. What's the matter? Kilroy. You gypsies' daughters are invariably reminded of something without which you cannot do, just when it looks like everything has been fixed. Esmeralda. That isn't nice at all. I'm not the gold digger type. Some girls see themselves in silver foxes. I only see myself in Acapulco. Kilroy. At Todd's place? Esmeralda. Oh no, at the Mirador. Watching those pretty boys dive off the quebrada. Kilroy. Look again, baby. Maybe you'll see yourself in Paramount Pictures or having a Singapore sling at the Statler bar. Esmeralda. You're being sarcastic. Kilroy. Nope. Just realistic. All of you gypsies' daughters have hearts of stone. And I'm not whistling Dixie. But just the same, the night before a man dies, he says, pretty please, will you let me lift your veil? While the street cleaners wait for him right outside the door. Because to be warm for a little longer is life. And love? That's a 4-letter word which is sometimes no better than one you see printed on fences by kids playing hooky from school. Oh well, what's the use of complaining? You gypsies' daughters have ears that only catch sounds like the snap of a gold cigarette case. Or, pretty please, baby, we're going to Acapulco. Esmeralda. Are we? Kilroy. See what I mean? To the audience. Didn't I tell you? To Esmeralda. Yes, in the morning. Esmeralda. Oh, I'm dizzy with joy. My little heart is going pitty-pat. Kilroy. My big heart is going boom-boom. Can I lift your veil now? Esmeralda. If you will be gentle. Kilroy. I would not hurt a fly unless it had on leather mittens. He touches a corner of her spangled veil. Esmeralda. Oh. Kilroy. What? Esmeralda. Oh. Kilroy. Why? What's the matter? Esmeralda. You are not being gentle. Kilroy. I am being gentle. Esmeralda. You are not being gentle. Kilroy. What was I being then? Esmeralda. Rough. Kilroy. I am not being rough. Esmeralda. Yes, you are being rough. You have to be gentle with me because you're the first. Kilroy. Are you kidding? Esmeralda. No. Kilroy. How about all of those other fiestas you've been to? Esmeralda. Each one's the first one. That is the wonderful thing about gypsies' daughters. Kilroy. You can say that again. Esmeralda. I don't like you when you're like that. Kilroy. Like what? Esmeralda. Cynical and sarcastic? Kilroy. I am sincere. Esmeralda. Lots of boys aren't sincere. Kilroy. Maybe they aren't, but I am. Esmeralda. Everyone says he's sincere, but everyone isn't sincere. If everyone was sincere who says he's sincere, there wouldn't be half so many insincere ones in the world. And there would be lots more really sincere ones. Kilroy. I think you have got something there. But how about Gypsy's daughters? Esmeralda. Huh? Kilroy. Are they 100% in the really sincere category? Esmeralda. Well, yes. And no. Mostly no. But some of them are for a while if their sweethearts are gentle. Kilroy. Would you believe I am sincere and gentle? Esmeralda. I would believe that you believe that you are, for a while. Kilroy. Everything's for a while. For a while is the stuff that dreams are made of, baby. Now? Esmeralda. Yes, now, but be gentle. He delicately lifts a corner of her veil. She utters a soft cry. He lifts it further. She cries out again. A bit further. He turns the spangled veil all the way up from her face. Kilroy. I am sincere. Esmeralda. I am sincere. 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 Kilroy leans back, removing his hand from her veil. She opens her eyes. Is that all? Kilroy. I am tired. Esmeralda. Already? He rises and goes down from the alcove. Kilroy. I am tired and full of regret. Esmeralda. Oh. Kilroy. It wasn't much to give my golden gloves for. Esmeralda. You pity yourself? Kilroy. That's right. I pity myself and everybody that goes to the gypsy's daughter. I pity the world and I pity the God who made it. He sits down. Esmeralda. It's always like that as soon as the veil is lifted. They're all so ashamed of having degraded themselves, and their hearts have more regret than a heart can hold. Their hearts have more regret than a heart can hold. Kilroy. Even a heart that's as big as the head of a baby. Esmeralda. You don't even notice how pretty my face is, do you? Kilroy. You look like all gypsies' daughters. No better, no worse. But as long as you get to go to Acapulco, your cup runneth over with ordinary contentment. Esmeralda. I've never been so insulted in all my life. Kilroy. Oh yes, you have, baby. And you'll be insulted worse if you stay in this racket. You'll be insulted so much that it will get to be like water off a duck's back. The door slams. Curtains are drawn apart on the gypsy. Esmeralda lowers her veil hastily. Kilroy pretends not to notice the gypsy's entrance. She picks up a little bell and rings it over his head. Okay, mamacita, I am aware of your presence. Gypsy, haha. I was followed 3 blocks by some awful man. Kilroy. Then you caught him. Gypsy. Nah, he ducked into the subway. I waited 15 minutes outside the men's room and he never came out. Kilroy. Then you went in? Gypsy. No, I got myself a sailor. The streets are brilliant. Have you all been good children? Esmeralda makes a whimpering sound. The pussy will play while the old mother cat is away. Kilroy. Your sense of humor is wonderful, but how about my change, mamacita? Gypsy. What change are you talking about? Kilroy. Are you boxed out of your mind? The change from the 10 spot you trotted over to Walgreens. Gypsy. Oh. Kilroy. Oh, what? Gypsy, counting on her fingers. 5 for the works, $1 luxury tax, 2 for the house percentage, and 2 more pour le service. Makes 10. Didn't I tell you? Kilroy. What kind of a deal is this? Gypsy, whipping out a revolver. A rugged one, baby. Esmeralda. Mama, don't be unkind. Gypsy. Honey, the gentleman's friends are waiting outside the door, and it wouldn't be nice to detain him. Come on. Get going, vamos. Kilroy. Okay, mamacita, me voy. He crosses to the beaded string curtains, turns to look back at the gypsy and her daughter. The piping of the street cleaners is heard outside. Sincere. Sure. That's the wonderful thing about gypsies' daughters. He goes out. Esmeralda raises a wondering fingertip to one eye, then she cries out. Esmeralda. Look, Mama. Look, Mama, a tear. Gypsy. You've been watching television too much. She gathers the cards and turns off the crystal ball as light fades out on the phony paradise of the gypsies. Gutman. Block 13 on the Camino Real. He exits. Block 13. In the blackout, the street cleaners place a barrel in the center and then hide in the pit. Kilroy, who enters from the right, is followed by a spotlight. He sees the barrel and the menacing street cleaners and then runs to the closed door of the Siete Mares and rings the bell. No one answers. He backs up so he can see the balcony and calls. Kilroy. Mr. Gutman. Just give me a cot in the lobby. I'll do odd jobs in the morning. I'll be the patsy again. I'll light my nose 60 times a minute. I'll take pratfalls and assume the position for anybody that drops a dime on the street. Have a heart. Have just a little heart, please. There's no response from Gutman's balcony. Jacques enters. He pounds his cane once on the pavement. Jacques. Gutman. Open the door. Gutman. Gutman. Eva, a beautiful woman, apparently nude, appears on the balcony. Gutman from inside. Eva, darling, you're exposing yourself. He appears on the balcony with a portmanteau. Jacques. What are you doing with my portmanteau? Gutman. Haven't you come for your luggage? Jacques. Certainly not. I haven't checked out of here. Gutman. Very few do, but residences are frequently terminated. Jacques. Open the door. Gutman. Open the letter with a remittance check in it. Jacques. In the morning. Gutman. Tonight. Jacques. Upstairs in my room. Gutman. Downstairs at the entrance. Jacques. I won't be intimidated. Gutman, raising the portmanteau over his head. What? Jacques. Wait. He takes the letter out of his pocket. Give me some light. Kilroy strikes a match and holds it over Jacques' shoulder. Thank you. What does it say? Gutman. Remittances? Kilroy, reading the letter over Jacques' shoulder. Discontinued. Gutman raises the portmanteau again. Jacques. Careful, I have... The portmanteau lands with a crash. The bum comes to the window at the crash. A-Rat comes out to his doorway at the same time. Fragile mementos. He crosses slowly down to the portmanteau and kneels as Gutman laughs and slams the balcony door. Jacques turns to Kilroy. He smiles at the young adventurer. And so at last it has come, the distinguished thing. A-Rat speaks as Jacques touches the portmanteau. A-Rat. He dead. Vacancy here. A bed at the Ritz Men only. A little white ship to sail the dangerous night in. Jacques. Single or double? A-Rat. Singles in this pad. Jacques to Kilroy. Match you for it. Kilroy. What the hell? We're buddies. We can sleep spoons. If we can't sleep, we'll push the washstand against the door and sing old popular songs till the crack of dawn. Heart of my heart. I love that melody. You bet your life I do. Jacques takes out a pocket handkerchief and starts to grasp the portmanteau handle. It looks to me like you could use a red cap, and my rates are non-union. He picks up the portmanteau and starts to cross towards the Ritz Men only. He stops at right center. Sorry, buddy, can't make it. The altitude on this block has affected my ticker, and in the distance, which is nearer than further, I hear the street cleaners is piping. Piping is heard. Jacques. Come along. He lifts the portmanteau and starts on. Kilroy. No. Tonight, I prefer to sleep out under the stars. Jacques gently. I understand, brother. Kilroy. To Jacques as he continues toward the Ritz Men only. Bon voyage. I hope that you sail the dangerous night to the sweet golden port of morning. Jacques exiting. Thanks, brother. Kilroy. Excuse the corn. I'm sincere. Bum. Show me the way to go home. Gutman. Appearing on the balcony with white parakeet. Block 14 on the Camino Real.